Okay. Hello everyone. Dito sa video na to magtuturo ako ng reinforced concrete design. And this will be the first video of RCD subject chapter 1 introduction. Dito sa introduction, bibigyan ko kayo ng visualization kung ano ba yung subject na to. Actually, straightforward naman yung name ng subject. Magde-design ka. And as we know, ito nasa right side ko is tinatawag natin beam. Para sa mga hindi nakakalam, yan yung po yung itsura ng beam na sinosolve nyo from statics to structural theory. Okay? And makikita natin to sa different structures kahit sa bahay nyo. Okay? Saan po yun? Dito sa example ko, ang ating beam is itong mga naka-highlight na red. Yan po yung beam natin. Yung beam is composed of reinforcing bars, in short term, rebar, and concrete. Kaya siya tinawag na reinforced concrete. Yung subject natin, ang tawag naman sa subject natin ay reinforced concrete design. Magde-design tayo ng reinforced concrete. Kung ilang bakal ilalagay mo, kung gaano kalapad yung beam para sa specific structure na may dadaling ganung loadings, yun po yung subject na to, and bahalaga na dapat alam nyo kung ano yung tinitake yung subject. Anyways, so, I have an example here or figure lang na simple supported beam. Now, let's say for example, may loading siyang concentrated load. And alam natin yung concentrated load na yan from our structural theory, magkakaroon ng deflection. Okay? And if we zoom in dun sa gitna, yan, pag zoom in natin, alam natin lahat, or kung hindi pa naman alam, okay lang din naman. So, kaya nga kayo nanonood ng video na to. This side is compression and sa baba ay tension. So, kung iharap natin tong beam natin, by nature kasi, concrete has great compressive strength but poor in tensile strength. Mahina siya sa tension. And kung iisipin mo nga naman, ang unang cracking dyan is dito sa tension side, dito sa baba. Kung ito yung magiging neutral axis mo, and ito yung compression side, yung kulay red, and yung tension side natin is nasa baba, meron tayong maraming nilagay na bakal doon sa baba. Yung steel bars kasi natin is malakas siya sa tension. Kaya, naglalagay tayo ng bakal. Okay? So, palitin ko lang yung term na neutral axis as NA. Okay. Okay, may mga parts yung beam natin. Una dyan, yung nakapalibot na bakal ay tinatawag nating stirrups. And for our longitudinal bars, main reinforcement. So, it can be tension bars or compression bars. Dito muna tayo sa tension bars mag-focus. Dito sa baba, yung apat na to. And yung center of gravity ng apat na yan, yung apat na bakal, is nasa gitna. Kasi symmetrical. Dalawa sa kaliwa, dalawa sa kanan. And if symmetrical, nasa gitna lang yung center of gravity. Tatawagin natin yung overall height ng ating beam as H. And from the center of gravity to the extreme fiber ng compression side nyo, ang distance na yan ay tinatawag nating effective depth. Yung effective depth na yan guys ay magagamit nyo sa lahat ng magiging topics ng RCD. Kaya dapat alam nyo muna kung ano yung effective depth. Yung effective depth is the distance between the center of gravity nung tension bars, tension bars kasi mamaya ang kunin nyo is yung nasa compression bars. Okay? Tension bars to the extreme fiber of the compression side. Yan po yung effective depth. And meron pang isa, yung tinatawag nating clear concrete cover. Yung distance dito hanggang dito sa edge ng ating stirrups. Yan po ay ating clear concrete cover. So, bibigyan ko lang kayo ng example paano mag-solve ng effective depth from the given figure, no? Kahit wala namang numbers, kayang isolve yan. Ang effective depth natin is yung height, babawasan mo ng clear concrete cover, babawasan mo ng diameter ng stirrups, and then babawasan mo ng kalahati ng diameter ng bar. Yan po yung example ng pag-solve ng effective depth. And hindi po yan formula, okay? Kasi iba't iba yung placement minsan ng ating longitudinal bars. Iba-iba yon. Okay? Hindi yan formula. Pero example lang yan paano mag-solve ng effective depth. So let's say for example, ito. Ayan yung magiging example natin. May dalawang layer doon sa ating tension bars. Paano po yan isolve? Paano natin isolve yung effective depth? Pero bago yon, hanapin muna natin givens. So let's say ang overall depth natin is 600 mm. Base natin na hindi naman magagamit. Nilagay ko na lang 300 mm. Diameter of bars is equals to 28 mm. Diameter ng stirrups is 10 mm and clear cover natin is 40 mm. Ang required na pinapahanap sa atin is effective depth. So, lagay ko muna yung overall height na 600 mm, base na 300 mm, and clear cover na 40 mm. Okay? Alam natin, guys, yung center of gravity ng 6 na bakal na yan is nandun sa gitna. Tama. Dito, yan o, yung may red. Okay? Pero, if you are thinking na nasa gitna yan mismo between this space, itong clear space na to, is mali ka. Which is most common mistakes na magagawa ng isang estudyante. Okay? Bakit? Kasi 2 lang yun nasa taas and 4 yun nasa baba. Okay? Magiging gitna yan kung 4 din yun nasa taas. Pero hindi 2. So, anong gagawin? So, paano gagawin natin dyan? Okay, tawagin muna natin tong height na to as effective depth. Okay, set aside ko muna yung givens. Para makuha natin yung distance na effective depth, kailangan nating gumamit or i-recall yung napag-aralan na natin sa statics, sa pag-aralan na natin sa DEFO. Yan ay yung pag-locate ng center of gravity, yung Varignon's theorem. Dapat alam nyo na yung formula ni Varignon's theorem, ha? I-recall lang natin. That is A times Y bar is equals to A1 Y1 plus A2 Y2 plus A3 Y3 and so on. So, ginanyan ko na lang yung format kasi mas simpleng tignan. Ano yan? So, simulan ko muna sa pag-solve ng area ng bar. So, actually, may 2 solution to. Papakita ko muna yung unang solution para mas maintindihan nyo yung concept. Unang solution natin is kunin muna natin yung area ng bars. Paano yun? Yung area ng bar natin is circular. Tama? So, ang formula for circle, that is pi over 4d squared. So, in this case, pi over 4 diameter ng bar squared is equals to, on 28 yung natin, diameter ng bar, 196 pi. Okay, meron na tayo ng area ng bar. Bakit ko kinuha yan? Kasi, mas mapapadali yung solution natin. Kung papansin niyo, kung tatawagin ko tong area 1, yung 4 na nasa first layer, to, yung 4 na nasa first layer. Sabihin natin area 1 to, okay guys? And yung area 2 natin is yung nasa second layer, okay? Kung bibilangin mo yung area 1 natin is 4 na area bar. Tama? 4 times area ng bar. Yun yung magiging area 1 mo. Total area 1. For our area 2, 2 times area ng bar. Okay? So, kapag nilagay natin yung area bar dyan na 196 pi, ito yung magiging values. Area 1 mo is 784 pi, area 2 mo is 392 pi. So, meron na tayong area 1 tsaka area 2. Wala lang area 3 kasi 2 layer lang yan. Okay? Paano naman si Y1 tsaka Y2? Ano ba yan si Y1 tsaka si Y2? Okay, si Y1 is yung distance ng area 1 mo from the extreme concrete fiber. Okay? Doon sa compression side. Yan yung Y1. Yung Y2 naman is yung centroid nung area 2 to the extreme concrete fiber ng compression side. For our Y1, madali lang yan isolve by observation. Y1 is equals to 600 na overall depth minus 40 ng clear cover minus diameter ng stirrup which is binigay naman minus 1/2 ng diameter ng bar and you will get 536 mm. For Y2, so dapat alam nyo distance na to and if hindi binigay sa inyo guys, take note, that is 25 mm pag hindi binigay sa inyo, okay? Yung space na yan is 25 mm. Yung first layer mo, tsaka second layer, ang spacing niyan pag hindi binigay 25 mm. Okay? Kaya masusolve mo na si Y2, 600 minus 40, okay? Minus diameter ng stirrup, minus buong diameter ng first layer na diameter of bar na 28, minus 25, minus kalahati ng 28. And you will get 483 mm. Okay? Okay, nakuha na natin yung Y1 tsaka Y2. Ano na yung next? Kailangan na lang natin kunin is yung total area, yung A. So, 2 ways yan. Kayo bahala. Pwede nyong ipag-plus si area 1 tsaka si area 2 para makuha nyo yung total area. Or, 6 times AB. Kayo bahala kung ano yung mas gusto nyo. Same lang na 1176 pi yung makukuha nyo. Okay? Now, ang sinosolve natin dito is Y bar. That is our effective depth D. And by plugging in those values sa ating formula ni Varignon, okay? A times Y bar is equals to A1, Y1 plus A2, Y2. Okay? Plug in natin. You will get this answer. 518.333 mm. So, yan po yung effective depth nyo. So, kanina, na-mention ko, meron tayong 2 solution. And, so, paano yung isa? So, yung isa, okay, set aside ko muna to. is, kung papansinin nyo kasi guys, magagamitin ulit natin yung Barrington's theorem. Yung total area is 6 times AB y bar is equals to, area 1 natin is 4, yung nasa first layer 4 AB times y1 plus dalawang AB times y3 na 483. Okay? And if we divide both sides of the equation ng AB, you will get this equation. 6y bar is equals to 4536 plus 2 times 483. Okay? So, parang ang nangyari na lang, no, pag kukuha kayo next time, kung ito man yung gagamitin yung solution, is number of bar times its distance from the centroid of that bars to the extreme concrete fiber. So, parang naging ngayon, n times y is equals to n times, summation of n times y. So, parang ganun lang nangyari. Bilang na lang, hindi mo na kinuha yung y bar. And kapag sinip-solve mo yan, ang y bar mo is 518.333 mm. So, same lang. No? So, that is an example on how you solve effective depth. And sana, naintindihan nyo yung way of solving different cases ng pagsosolve ng ating effective depth. Kasi kailangan nyo yung effective depth sa lahat ng magiging topic nyo. Next part will be on chapter 2. Wait nyo na lang yung upload ko. Siguro, if nagawa ko na yung PowerPoint, upload ko kagad. Thank you guys and see you next time.